Okay, you've been served discovery in your divorce case, and I'm going to go through this with you on how I want you to answer it so that we can proceed with this divorce. So, first, you need to know what is discovery. So, discovery is how we find out what the assets and debts are. We've got to figure out what the pie is before we can cut it up. Okay, so if we haven't already served it on them, we're likely to probably serve it on them if we need to. Okay. So discovery is a tool where we find out all the assets and liabilities, all the we find out, are they having an affair? Are they going to say under oath whether they're having an affair? Anything we need under oath, um, we will go ahead and get those things. Okay, such as tax returns. We'll get pay stubs. We'll get documents they intend to present. We'll get copies of mortgages. We'll get copies of deeds, copies of bank statements, credit cards. I'm not saying that will happen in each and every one of your cases, where they're going to ask those in each and every one of your cases. I'm just letting you know examples. So what are the different ones? You'll look, you maybe have been served with one of these. Interrogatories, which are questions. They'll ask you questions that you have to answer under oath. Requests for admissions are questions that you have to answer in a yes or no format. We've got requests for production, which is requests for physical documents, such as bank statements, such as credit card statements, or documents you're going to put into evidence. There's also depositions and subpoenas, but we're not going to go over those necessarily in this video. So how long do you have to answer the discovery? You've got 30 days from when they served it on me. Okay, so they'll send me an email, and I'll get a notice, and then I'll send that out to you. It's not 30 days from when you receive it from me. It's 30 days from when they give it to me. So I might have to get it, and I'll have to format it. A lot of times I'll go into Google Docs, and I'll have to add spots for you to answer, or I'll get in Google Docs and share it with you. And sometimes it might take time because I'll be asking the other party to send what they sent to me in a Word document. Their secretary might be out, so it might take a little bit of time. But anyway, it's 30 days, and we've got to have everything ready to go within those 30 days. So now that you've been served with the discovery, now what? So you've got two different ways to answer. Sometimes I might send it to you in a Google Doc if you've got a Gmail and you seem to be tech savvy, and there you'll fill out your answers on the computer. Or I might also send it to you with a pen, and then what you're going to do is you're going to draw it up, and you're literally going to just write your answers out with a pen. Sometimes I'll clean that up, and we might redo it by me typing it up. Most of the time, I'm just going to leave it. The purpose of this is to get answers. It's not a pretty contest. We just got to get those answers to them. So here's some examples of what it'll look like. So your request for production, you'll have to answer whether the things they're asking are attached or not attached. If they're not attached, you explain why. Okay, so you'll circle attached or not attached. If not attached, explain why. You've got the Google Doc. You'll just use your computer, and you'll type in attached or not attached, and here's why. Okay. The interrogatories. You've got to make sure that you answer each and every one of the questions. So let's go through this one here. It says, say whether you participate in any profit sharing pension plan. So the nature of such plan. So you would put, it's a pension, the value of such plan. So you would tell the value. So you have to make sure you answer all three of their questions. Okay, not just some of them, not the convenient ones. You've got to answer each and every part of the question. All right, now, do you have to answer each question? The answer is you have to answer questions that are relevant or could be relevant to what would possibly be admissible at trial. So there's going to be some things that are not going to be admissible at trial that they can get in discovery. Okay, so when you are filling out your answers, I want you to answer each and every question, the entire question. No matter how silly, no matter how irrelevant, you've got to answer it. Okay? The documents, I want you to answer each and every, give them each and every document. They're asking for the Tax returns for the last 2 years, 3 years, 4 years. I need you to get each and every one of them. Okay. Once you get all of those things, you get everything answered, then I want you to schedule an appointment. We will sit down then, and I will decide what we give to them. Okay. What is discoverable is a legal question. Okay. It is not a preference question. Okay. We don't. It is. There are laws about what we must answer, and I'll go over those with you. But before you come in my office, I want every document and I want every question answered. The format. What I want you to do on the documents they request is I want you to have a blank sheet of paper for number one. Just a blank sheet of paper and write number one. That's it. That's all I want on that. And then behind it, all the documents they request. And then for number two, blank sheet of paper, number two, all those documents, so on, so on. I need these to be organized. It makes more sense for you to be paying for me to give you legal advice instead of paying me to organize for you. What if you don't have the documents? So what the law says is you must overturn documents that are in your possession, custody, or control of the party upon whom the request is served. So you may not necessarily have the tax returns in your pocket. Okay, your possession, custody, control is going to include, go get it from your accountant. Go get it from when you filed it last year and it's on your Dropbox. You may not have your credit card statements, but you can log in to chase.com and get those credit card statements. Okay. Your pay stubs. You don't necessarily have those pay stubs in your pocket. You can log in on your computer and get them. You can request them from your employer. If they're in your possession, custody, or control, which basically means you can get it pretty quickly, get it. Okay. If you can't get it, you've got to explain in our answers why we can't get it. Okay. And that may mean, well, we can get it in 60 days. We've requested it, but the retirement folks have said it's going to take 60 days to get it. Explain that. Or it might say, we've requested it, and they say that you no longer have access. Same thing. You've got to answer why. So, again, get those to me before the 30 days is up so we can get to the other party.